Catch me if you can. Now this bold statement was stickered on the rear end of India's first maxi scooter, the Kinetic Blaze. It had such a blazing performance that it could humble a lot of entry-level performance bikes. But it was way ahead of its time and the Indian market couldn't catch up to it. Now though, few years down the line, an Italian brand wants to try its luck in the maxi scooter segment, and they have got this, the Aprilia SXR 160. Now Aprilia doesn't call it as a maxi scooter and have coined the term cross maxi. Ever since it was unveiled at the 2020 Auto Expo, this scooter has created a lot of buzz. But the main question is, does it live up to the hype? Being Italian and the fact that it is a product from Aprilia, one thing that the SXR 160 has in abundance is visual appeal. At the front, you get this sleek LED headlight and LED DRLs which have been inspired from the Aprilia RS 660, and they look stunning. Adding to the visual appeal is the large windscreen and the large apron. Even the subtle graphics enhance the overall styling.
The SXR 160 isn't an all-new scooter and is based on the SR 160. So while it has great presence at the front, the rear looks underwhelming, which means it looks a bit disproportionate from the rear and in profile. However, I must add the sharp split LED taillight and the large grab handle do look impressive.
The other bit that is really impressive on the scooter is the overall fit and quality levels. I particularly like the Y-shaped alloy wheels which get a beautiful anodized finish, and the same treatment has been carried forward on the telescopic fork. The panel gaps are tight and the flush fit foot pegs is a nice touch.
It gets a large LCD digital display with data such as average fuel consumption, range, overall fuel efficiency, ambient temperature, max speed clocked, 2 trip meters, tachometer, engine oil temperature, battery voltage and more. A useful addition is the mode button which allows you to switch through the various information on the move. Talking about storage, there's a glove box below the handlebar with 2 separate compartments. On the left hand side you get a USB charger, but the space in the compartments isn't too big. It's the same story with the underseat storage as well. Since the fuel tank capacity has been increased by a liter and the battery box is now positioned alongside the fuel tank, underseat storage seems to be similar to the Aprilia SR 160, which as you know is very poor. My other grouse is the fact that you don't get an external fuel filler cap and there is no multifunction keyhole to access the seat. The other basic misses are an engine kill switch and brake lock. Powering it is the SR 160 sourced air-cooled motor. Aprilia claims that they have revised the gearing a bit for better bottom-end performance, as the SXR 160 is 11 kg heavier than the SR 160.
The scooter does complete justice to its displacement and offers sprightly performance till 60 km/h, post which the performance tapers down a bit. What I really liked about the scooter is how calm and composed it feels at speeds around 90 km/h, and there's hardly any vibes to be felt. High-speed stability of the scooter is also great till 90 km/h, post which the handlebar starts to feel a bit jittery owing to the stiff suspension. So with respect to performance, the SXR 160 carries forward the sporty DNA of the SR 160, which means it's a fun to ride scooter in the city and highway jaunts wouldn't be slow as well.
A major issue I face with the scooter is the lack of space and size when you get aboard. A maxi scooter's front end should dominate the rider's vision, but on the SXR 160, it feels that there is nothing in front of you, as the handlebar and the instrument console is placed low, away from the rider's field of view. Even the footboard space is cramped, and with my size 11 riding boots, I had no space left.
The SR DNA makes its presence felt in the handling department as well. But the SXR 160 runs on 12-inch wheels, which means it isn't as quick reactive as the SR 160. Having said that, it is fun to ride around corners and is very composed. It is also easy to hustle the scooter around the city, which makes it fun to ride. But the SR DNA also comes with a big negative, and that is stiff ride quality.
While the suspension components are the same, Aprilia claims that the springs are different to offer a better ride than the SR160, and that is clearly experienced. But the improvement has more to do with the 12-inch wheels in my opinion. You have to be extra careful in avoiding potholes and ride gently over bad roads. The ride quality is absolutely jarring on broken roads, and the rider feels every undulation and jolt through the handlebar and the seat. Comfort is a very important aspect for any maxi scooter, and with its suspension setup, the SXR 160 is easily amongst the most uncomfortable scooters that I have tested. Talking about braking, the bite from the disc brake is good, but I would have preferred more feedback through the levers. It's among the few scooters in India to feature ABS, and the single channel unit isn't too intrusive.
So does the SXR 160 live up to the hype? And the simple answer is no. Having said that, if you're in the market for a sporty, premium and a hutky scooter, the SXR 160 does make sense.
The Aprilia maxi scooter has been launched at 1.26 lakh rupees, which is a premium of almost 23,000 rupees over the SR160, making it one of the most expensive scooters on sale.
But keeping price aside, the SXR 160 doesn't deliver on the basic ethos of a maxi scooter, which is comfort and space.
24 पैंतीस
इनमें से कुछ भी नहीं बिका सर।
क्या सेल करेगा जिमी? 20 साल में कभी ऐसा नहीं देखा है। नो कस्टमर्स, नो सेल।
कार देखो गाड़ी पे होम इंस्पेक्शन बुक करो और कार बेचो ऑफिस, घर या कहीं से भी और पाओ बेस्ट प्राइस, क्विक पेमेंट, फ्री आरसी ट्रांसफर एंड डॉक्यूमेंटेशन। आज से तुम यहाँ पे वेटर नहीं, डिलीवरी बॉय भी। अभी जाओ। कार देखो गाड़ी पे होम इंस्पेक्शन बुक करो और बेस्ट प्राइस पे कार बेचो कहीं से भी। गाड़ी फॉरवर्ड तो इंडिया फॉरवर्ड।